how Jack, a busy guy, father of two, meant to say stripped body fat and built a lean, athletic physique. As you can see with the photo shoot we did, this was last July, so like the 28th, 27th, 28th, 29th, one of those dates, right before August, from what I remember. So this is coming up to almost a year ago now, and we worked together for like 7 or 8 months, working into the summer to get him in the shape of his life. So I literally remember the first call we had together, and the reason why is because the main thing that he said to me is that he felt like his fitness was the missing piece of the puzzle. We had had one child and another one on the way right before we started. I think within a month, or maybe even maybe like within 8 weeks, he had his second child. So on top of that, amazing relationship, incredible job that he loved, and fitness was the one thing. Like, he'd see his friends being in shape, or like close friends that are always able to keep up this fitness thing. But for him, he was always on and off the wagon. He could never quite create that lifestyle that he wanted. So for him, that was a big thing, something that he really, really wanted to achieve. That's why he kind of reached out. He found himself following a routine, but then falling off when life got busy, right? Because he was a father, because he was working full time as well. Obviously, there are challenges, right? You haven't always got the hours in a day that you want. So when, I don't know, life got busy, he missed a couple of gym sessions or missed a couple of cardio sessions, he found himself falling off and slipping off. And before he knew it, he was out of routine, and finding himself always having to like climb that mountain again and get back on it was really, really tough. He was winging it when he did do it, so it was just a case of just doing whatever he thought, doing a lot of cardio at the Peloton, so he was doing loads of that, definitely more than what he needed, and he was focusing more on that, and he was focusing less on the weight side of things, thinking, right, I just need to lose fat and get in shape, so I'll do this. But actually, the weightlifting is what he needed to do more than anything, and that was what was really going to build his physique, and you'll see exactly how that sort of helped him in such a short amount of time. And then he had no direction on nutrition. This for him was something he was just winging as well, and he never really looked too much into it. Like I said, he wasn't an overweight guy anyway, he was still a really slim guy. So for him, this was just like a bit of a minefield. It's like, what the hell do I do with it? This is something he needs to learn. So that was him before, and his starting pictures. And kind of the similar thing that he did, which I see so many guys do, maybe you're in the same position at the moment, is you're trying to do more workouts, more sets, more cardio, more steps, and that can have its place sometimes, right? But people think this is the way to do things. They end up training like a bodybuilder, doing more things than they need, and I've been there as well. And the problem with that is you can't keep it up. Maybe for a week or two, you can be bang on it, but you're busy. You've got a lot going on. You're a busy guy, and ultimately trying to keep up something like that is too hard. And getting in shape is not about doing more. It's about actually doing less, but better with that less. Being more efficient is what I say, and simplifying things so you can actually be consistent, keep it up. Because let's be honest, right? What's the point in doing something that's so tough to do that you can only do it for 2 weeks, whereas you could do minimal, a lot less of that, maybe even half of that, to a better standard, and do it for months and months and years on end? Who's going to get in better shape? It's very obvious that's going to be, right? So that's what we need to do for him. So what we actually, let me move this out of the way, that's annoying. What we specifically did, actually I'll put this up here. Yeah, so what we specifically did is we focused on less cardio. So we dialed down his cardio because I thought we was doing a little bit too much and focusing too much on that. And then we started to actually start focusing more on the weightlifting side of things. So the simplest thing we did, because he was busy, he had some weights at home and he wanted to go to the gym as well, but it was tough to kind of do both. To do one of them, is we found a sweet spot, but we had him training like 2 to 3 days a week and 30 minutes at a time. So quick, intense sessions, which meant that he didn't have to overcommit. This was so easy for him to keep up. That's why he built muscle, which we'll show you in a second. Gave him clarity and structure around his nutrition. This was just completely new to him, so we just built some really simple meals that fit within the family setting, that were nice, quick and easy to make, but actually things that he enjoyed, but actually allowed him to lose the fat and build the muscle, because nutrition is a big part of obviously doing both of those things. Key thing that not many people think about, we created a plan that aligned to his lifestyle. He always said he struggled to keep things up because his plan didn't align with his lifestyle. He used to think, I'm just not made out for this, but that's not the case. He was just following things like most people that are unrealistic. So we, instead of trying to fit his lifestyle around his fitness, we did it the other way around. It was like, right, what's the lifestyle you want to live? Let's fit fitness into that to complement it and not be something that is too overwhelming and too demanding. Right? Obviously, we're working hard and we have to do that, but the minimum effective dose is what we focused on. So that really made things easier for him to stick to long term. And then what we did, which we'll cover in a second, is mapped out a clear strategy. No winging it, like I said, a clear strategy, a clear roadmap, so he knew what he was working towards. And I don't see enough people doing this, right? We'll come back to the weekly pit stop. So this is just a random client. This isn't Jack's one, because I couldn't find his, I guess it was over a year ago now. But basically, we mapped everything out like this. So every single client, we go for our limitless body formula, our 4-phase system. Phase 1, the foundational phase, we mapped out how long that was going to be. Then we mapped out our shred phase, or like whatever you want to call it, conditioning phase, our fat loss phase, where we lost all the body fat, as you can see from the pictures. And then we peaked him for the photo shoot, and then we went to a reverse diet, which is phase 3, where we just got him out of the diet. And then phase 4, we started focusing on building muscle and taking things to that next level, which was a big goal of his, right? What we do with all clients is we don't just get them in shape, because that's one piece of the puzzle. The reason why they work for us for so long is because we actually help them stay in shape for the rest of their life. But that's what we did. There was clear strategy, time frames, goals. There was no guesswork involved. And then to keep him accountable, to help him along the way, we did our weekly pit stop system. Really simple, really short form, just a few questions, like how he rated the week in terms of like green, amber, red. Like, was he killing it? Was he really struggling? Were things actually just going okay? What was like the biggest wins? What were the biggest challenges, so we could reflect on them? What behaviors he needed to embody for the week ahead, so he knew how he needed to improve as a person. And then just like some simple stuff like his pictures, his waist measurements, and his weight. That meant that every week I was checking in on him. I was seeing how he was getting on, feeding back to him, so he knew exactly what the game plan was. Again, he knew every month, every week, every day what he needed to do, and then he's got me there holding him accountable and actually giving him the clarity he needed. So there was no stone left unturned of this. And then the results speak for themselves. 7 kg down in body fat. The most impressive thing with this transformation, which doesn't always happen with clients, it usually takes a lot more time. His body responded so quickly to building muscle, as you can see in these pictures, right? So he definitely lost more than 7 kilos of body fat. It's probably more like 10, because I think he built quite a lot of muscle quite quickly, as you can see from these pictures. It looked fucking incredible. So that's how we built a lean, athletic physique for him. That gave him the body confidence that allowed him to do a photo shoot, like actually being confident to take his top off in front in a gym with a guy, taking a picture of him. Not many people can say they can do that. He was able to do that. And then he found a love for fitness, which was important to him. It wasn't just about getting there. It was like, how can I maintain this, keep this lifestyle up forever? Now he's confident he can go ahead and do that, and he's been doing it. And actually reached his potential in all areas of life. He ticked off that extra box that he'd always been niggling at the back of his mind, like, I'm not quite there and I want to do something about it. He just thought, fuck it. Instead of like wasting time, wasting his life, he just got on it, and he never looked back. And that's essentially how we got Jack from, as you can see here, from this, literally this, to this. That was less than 6 months, right? Which is absolutely mental. So yeah, hopefully that's been insightful. You've learned a lot about how we kind of do things, and ultimately just seeing the amazing work that Jack's put in. If this is something that you want to achieve going into the summer, you need help, you need guidance, you need structure, I'm more than confident that we are the people to kind of help you with that. So if you want to find out more details, drop me a DM, head to the description, go to my Instagram, drop me a DM, drop me a message with whatever words you want. Could be fitness or fat loss, whatever, and we'll get into some details about how the program actually works.